That's why Faze is 0-3. And now we're going to jump right into this. Do I have my pen out? I have my pen out. So we went over London Docks Hardpoint last time. So it should be a lot of the same stuff, but we'll jump into some S&Ds and whatnot.
Just went out in a bit more of convincing fashion.
I can't hear him. You guys probably can't hear him.
Yeah, we were talking in the green room just before. Obviously, you've had, you know, just the schedule, the way it's played out. You've cast a lot of TK.
I casted all their matches so far.
Literally every single one. I want to ask the question, really. What stood out for you? Why are they seeing success? Obviously, the new roster, the addition of Enable, Pharaoh coming in recently as well. Are they just, you know, just
obviously, one interesting thing in replays has is Airborne. That'll probably just off the start for the break. He'll probably switch to Armored.
A lot of standout performances. Plus, it helps when you get that clutch forward.
Pharaoh, him and Decimate have been like the two players running Instincts in infantry.
So TK Magic, plus they're all gelling together, playing their roles really well on the map. It's a recipe for success for this TK lineup.
Okay, we're getting right into the action. We already see Priester on your screen. 3-kill streak.
So obviously, no, we're going to Main Street. This is solid time by Faze as they're sort of in this area. But TK, they have the side that they want. You can see this player, that was Pharaoh. He just won a gunfight. Remember, sort of the goal for Main Street when we watched the last video, you have sort of a guy watching this way, you have someone controlling up here, you have someone in the hill, you have somebody in the back. When you have this straight line, you spawn the enemy team towards lower docks. That's the goal for Main Street.
We'll continue to do that, but he's raking in the time as
well. So these are great kills for TK. And you can see that this setup, it's already sort of happening. You have one player here, that's Pharaoh. You have someone accuracy, sort of in a bit of an off position, but he's going to back up to that box. The scary thing is Faze, they get a great amount of time, but Pharaoh gets the kills. Now Faze, they have to sort of go through gate, but Pharaoh's doing an excellent job. Just trading those kills back and forth is fine for TK. You can see where Faze is spawning really far, really low. This is exactly what you want. Just what we talked about. So this is a perfect setup right here for TK.
Up. But because they're spawning near water, that now puts added pressure onto Pharaoh. He's holding the back for the spawns, and he's got an SMG. Checking the corners, it's going to be Zuma pre-firing around.
It's a good kill by Zuma. You can see what Faze did. They're trying to set up a pinch from both sides. You have Priest at the top. Priest kills too. So let's back that up just a little bit. It's always tough with the draw feature.
Look how far Pharaoh's pushed up here. Even so far to be underground. Maybe catching one off guard is going to be attached. And now he's going to rotate round.
And look, the reason why he wants to play in that position right is to block the spawns over near the cold side of the map. If he stays alive.
All right, so this is what we saw. Phases are going to go down here.
It's going to force Faze to spawn out all the way near the water side of the map. You saw where Zuma just.
But watch what Faze do. So they send one guy around this way. They send Priest around this way for a pinch. They send one guy middle. So they have pressure everywhere. Now, if TK win their one-on-ones, they're going to hold this for the full 60, but it doesn't end up happening because the pressure comes back here. As soon as Zuma gets this kill, watch what happens. People have to turn around. The pressure is then on these guys. And look, these two players spawn here underground. This allows Priest to go on a flank. Because these players spawn underground, they think all the pressure's from the back. Even this guy, Gate, he gets a kill. Gate instantly turns around.
His teammate attached, and you see the pinch coming in on the other side of the map. It's going to be
there we go. Priest gets two. This should be a break for Faze. I say should be, but we'll see what happens.
No one getting any points right now.
Yeah, accuracy is the last guy left. Faze is going to control this hill. There we go. 20 seconds, good break from Faze.
Be able to get this scrap time. Wouldn't surprise me to see TK just set up here down at the docks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just invest this time remaining in the investment into a setup for this upcoming hardpoint. That's a crucial two-piece for Kenny to get. Just going to buy some time, buy some room for TK to breathe, and just maintain this setup. Nice.
So we head towards lower docks. You have Enable. He's watching a pinch, but he got pushed from attach. That's a big kill. You see where Enable spawns. Pharaoh, Kenny, they respond, though, with two big kills. Now Faze are a little bit staggered. You know, it's two players here, two players middle now. And that's, there we go. You get another kill. Zuma's behind them. Faze isn't sort of caught up as a four-man group just yet, and they still aren't. And you can see that's a big problem right now, is you have a couple of Faze players and then a couple of Faze players. They're not going S4, but they are able to put some pressure on the hill. And well, a lot more pressure than what I would thought. Zuma, he's going to find one on Kenny. But yeah, attached 2 and 10 right now. Sort of one of those struggles, but a great contest out of Faze. I thought they were a little bit staggered right there. A couple of individual battles go their way, can get them in the hill. And what Prisa, he does a very good job. So what Prisa does is he recognizes the situation. You know, there's 20 seconds left on the hill. Instead of sort of helping his team, he pushes through barrel building, finds that first kill. Look where TK spawned out. This is another great play out of Faze. This is what we're used to. If you look at the scoreboard, yes, Attach is having a slow game, but the rest of the guys, they're slaying very, very well.
That allows Faze to pinch on in. They now have spawns for this up-and-coming hardpoint, and they're going to be able to rebuild that.
There's one TK player here, that's Pharaoh, but he's the only guy over here. The rest of the TK members, they're all down low water.
Going to contest for spawns for this barrel hardpoint.
Should be a big kill, though. There we go. So he gets one on Enable. Still just Pharaoh in the back. He's trying to buy enough time. All right, well, he might have just bought enough time to at least allow his team to get to the front and contest. But as we know, barrel building is sort of turned into the money hill for a lot of these teams, but accuracy, he gets in, he's able to find 2. And this all just stems from Pharaoh, this pressure. Faze can't get that full setup that they want. They can't get pushed out towards water steps, right? They can't sort of flood TK and make them go through gate. It's just due to Pharaoh. A couple of guys go down, they have to turn around, focus on him. And once again, it's just not as clean as Faze probably would want.
Continuing to gain that hard point, it's going to be Faze. They do have the spawns, and trying to think back to the very start of this game, you know, the rotation was better on Main Street from TK. They had the rotation to obviously the docks.
Still, a good time. Solid lead for Faze. We're obviously already headed towards Crane. They do a great job again. Their rotation seemed to be on point throughout this one. 8 seconds left at barrel. This is exactly where you want to be. They're going to fight for low water, though. They definitely want to try to get low water control. As we know, it's just so tough to get so many nades. But a big couple of kills, you can see. One player, that Zuma, he probably should have watched his kill cam right there. Just made sure that he spawned near his team. Now he has a very long route. However, there is one thing that could end up working out. You see all of Faze are pushing through this way. Zuma actually has a free pinch. Now what could end up happening is if this goes well, if Zuma is able to stay alive here, you have one guy here. TK would then spawn towards that underground road where you don't want to spawn whatsoever. So this could work out for Faze, but definitely Zuma should have held on to that kill cam, maybe spawned by his team. That's exactly what happens, right? Look at this. TK, they're spawning in this area. That's a bit unfortunate. Maybe they just didn't recognize Zuma would have spawned behind them.
As well as a PPSH in his back pocket, just trying to maintain some control over near the water dock side of the map. While his teammates pinch on in from the top, he's able to find one. As 2 fall from Faze.
So once again, a great job for Pharaoh. He's having a great game at 15 and 10, and he's been an impactful player. Every single time, he was just in this low water position, just staying alive, while his team was spawning this way, coming through fire. If he dies here, this push is probably thwarted off because you have so many angles from low water. Instead, he gets a couple of kills, and now you can see the pressure from TK's there.
16 and 10, nearly matching of replays. As he does finally fall, Enable picking up a nice double, but again, no one on the hard point right now. Faze leading by 40 points, but Enable trying to stop anyone from crossing here, and TK will start to gather a couple of points for themselves. But with 20 seconds left, this is going to be the end of rotation number 1.
It's a good time for TK. You know, there was about a 40 to 50 point lead throughout this entire half. This will take you to about 15 seconds. That's a really good time for TK. This could have been a much worse half. If you look at it, they lost Main Street. They allowed Faze to contest at lower docks. Barrel building, Faze won it. What probably could have been a 70 to 100 point lead for Faze is going to be about 15.
Lockdown fire control on this Crane hardpoint. You could get that crossfire set up if the other team is spawning up over near the back brick side of the map, and if they do wind up spawning out over near water, it's just a quick rotation. 180 turnaround, you could fight from statue and pepper in some shots as these players are coming up for free spawn. But as you were just saying, it's a fresh rotation of hardpoints now. Faze, they've been able to
good play from Kenny. Pharaoh's also on fire, so Faze can't get on the hill. And you see Faze, they're not going to flood through gate. They go all the way through fire, and when that happens, this allows TK to get mid-map control.
Slowing down just a little bit. But on the side of Faze, it's been all Zuma as well as replays. They're having great games.
Questionable glide bomb. I mean, it always is on a first hill.
interesting choice, but it will work out for Faze right now.
But we'll see. As you can see, Faze, they get early control. And they have this setup that they want. That's a big gunfight win by Pharaoh. Pharaoh actually took down Zuma at this top underground. You can see, though, Faze have control of this main street. They're doing a very good job of rotating and getting time.
They're doing the exact same. However, this time it is in Faze's favor. Attach 10 and 20. A very unexpected scoreline for someone like Attach, so he'll be looking to change things up and maybe
big kills by Priester right there. He's having a great game.
Strong stuff from Faze.
Still though, TK, they're not losing these one-on-ones at the top street, so they still have the pressure for Main Street. But you can see Faze, they have really control once again for this hill. They're doing a great job rotating. But due to the fact that they never got these kills up here, TK spawned up here, which means they could still put a ton of pressure and a lot of nades on the hill.
You pull up the scoreboard, it's a little unsettling, but consider the state of the game right now. Your team is up by 50 points.
Well, Attach found 3, so that breaks that up. But that's a big kill by Enable. He's going to put some pressure on the back, and he's actually getting another kill as well. So you have a bit of a split right now. Faze are still spawning up. But you had kills at the top, you had kills down low, but now TK are in a very tough spot. You can see those low water kills come in. A couple of players, though, they forced their way. So there was fights up here, there was fights down here. And TK, when they spawned up, they hit through gate. So you have accuracy, and I believe you have Kenny. They're just keeping Faze off the hill.
If he's able to do so, his teammates on the other side of the map, well, if they can pick up the kills, they'll have the ideal setup for this Main Street hardpoint.
Well, the Slaying is coming in for Priester and Zuma. They're really putting
but there we go, Priester. This is again what we expect from Faze. When they're slaying well, they win rotations. This is exactly sort of stage 1 playoffs Faze, even stage 1 Faze, when they were absolutely ridiculous when they got that first place.
This is so strong from Faze, and I just want to bring back of TK's.
So once again, Faze, they're doing such a good job of rotating.
They were
3 go down though. That's okay, right? You got the scrap time. You're up 90 now. They win Main Street Hill again. That's a good stun out of Kenny, I believe that was, or somebody. But Kenny, he has a solid setup with TK. This is going to be so tough for Faze to break. So similar to Main Street, right? We always talk about having this whole street covered. This is what TK has. They had Kenny down here. You have a player over here. You have a guy middle. This is sort of the same setup, just the other side of the map. And look where Faze are spawning. They have to take their time. One guy's going to go all the way around. One guy's going to go all the way around. Maybe a couple of guys, maybe just one, try to force their way through gate. But they're so separated. They all have to win individual battles if they want to break this hill.
Starting to pick it back up, and Enable's still struggling a little bit. But I will say this, TK, they're a very resilient team. We've seen them in this position many times so far, even throughout these first 3 days of Stage 2. Yeah. They're definitely capable of coming back from these big deficits, and they have a great setup going here on the docks. Warehouse hardpoint, they're looking to lock down the full 60, and if they do so, once again, they're right back in the game.
Seems like a little while ago now, but Enable obviously playing against Faze still seems a little strange.
So a perfect hold right there from TK. Great response is Kenny. He finds 3. He's turning it up a little bit, but Faze, they're rotating towards this barrel building, doing a very good job. Remember, it was about a 90-point lead. It was about 170 to, I believe, 87. So that was a flawless hold right there. Priester, he's going to use a glide bomb, help them win rotation, trades that kill on Pharaoh. That's an excellent job by Faze, but you can see one player, once again, Attach, sort of smashed that respawn button a little too quick. He spawns out. So now you kind of have man advantage for TK a little bit, right? He is all the way over here. He may catch this player, but, I mean, we'll see what ends up happening. This could be another good hold for Faze. Yeah, he's going to end up getting that player. Now TK are in such a tough spot. This is why barrel building is so tough.
They could rebuild the lead, or at least they have a chance, right? So
and now you have Attach in such a good position in the middle of the map, so the contest can't happen from middle.
Further away, as it's Enable playing for spawns, his other teammates playing for water controls, trying to pinch on in through the hard point. We were talking about the lead for Faze, and they've rebuilt it back up to that 50-point margin. And entering this hardpoint, it was Priester, right, to kick things off with the glide bomb. He probably calls it in just looking to find
good contest, though. They get 3 kills, make it 4 with 30 seconds left. Couple of Faze members, they spawn in the back. They're probably just going to try and contest, see if they can find anything. But the other guys, they spawn towards Crane. They're just going to rotate.
As we're about to move over towards that crane side hardpoint, you have 3 Faze members set up in good positions, waiting for TK to sprint it to them so they can mow them down, and Faze have a chance to close out this game on this upcoming hardpoint.
Faze, a nice setup here as Replay's locking down fire. Down by the docks, you've got Zuma on +10. Let's not forget that. As he now makes it 11, a 2-kill streak.
So Zuma's where he wants to be. You have someone middle. You're forcing TK to hit it through the top. It's not a bad thing, but it's tough, right? Because you have all these different angles. That's a big kill there by Enable. Priesta didn't have to jump at all in that position. Replays, though, with that AR. He gets cleaned up. Now, Faze, they have the low water spawns, right? So that just means nades after nades, and you still have attach. So what Faze are trying to do, they're trying to get these spawns, and they're trying to control this. So when TK have to flood this way, attach, he just has a clean angle right there on the hill, on that cross. And then in case they do kill him, you have replays right here. And what he's going to do is just have another angle on the hill. So just a solid hold. Again, Faze manipulating the spawns the way they want. They're getting the holds and setups that they, well, think will work out best for them, but Pharaoh finds too.
Cut off those players that are trying to rotate off of respawn to help out their teammate inside the hard point. And now it's still a 40-point game for TK. They're still well in this, and there's still time left for them to make a comeback.
Don't rule them out of it. You're absolutely right, Revan. We're going to be going back to the statue shortly. But Kenny trying to get back to his best here. 28 and 30 as it stands. But the players that are really standing out, the likes of Pharaoh, the likes of Zuma, putting on a very slay-heavy map. With 5 seconds left, looking at statue, there's only one player already set up. It's that man. It's Attach, and he's going to have... He's actually pushing straight into fire. He's found another as well, but down by the dog. Kenny's going to find him. He's going to be shut down as well.
It's a big couple of kills by Attach.
A slow game, but if he turns it up now,
again, he's just wasting time. You know, Faze is getting all the hill time in the world right now. They have to run through gate. You can see players just climbing that box. They are able to find 3, so that's a good break. Hello, Mo. Hello, honey.
Main assault rifle role, and look, a lot of people give this guy some flack every time you see him have, you know, an off game, but he's on this team for a reason, right? He's proved it time and time again. There are stage 1 champions for a reason, but TK have something to say about it. It's Enable now chipping in. He's on a 3 spree inside the hard point.
The one thing now, so is this player going to go all the way around? So no. This player right here, number 3, that was Priesta. He spawned up in the back. I think he could have went around and probably pinched this, but he's focused on a lot of the times what we see in the Pro League and even at open events is you have this lead. You just want to make sure you win next rotation for Main Street Hill. Felt like Priesta could have probably flanked the barrel building. His teammates could have stayed alive. They probably could have got a good chunk of time right there, but instead he's just focused on rotation, which isn't a bad play.
The top are not good. However, we are going to see nobody on the statue.
You see Kenny's already gone. Priesta, he wins that one. There we go. Clean setup once again for Faze. They have dominated Main Street. You could see though, this player, he just spawns up here. So all of Faze, they have to push towards this way. They know there's pressure and fire.
Question.
Yeah. I mean, they have all the angles covered there, blocking off those cold spawns. They have control of the back boxes thanks to Zuma just waiting around the corner, playing a bit of an off angle, and then you got a guy set up.
You have a couple of guys trying to push through gate. They're trying to set up a pinch, but it just might be too late, right? When we saw TK do this the other time, it was accuracy back here. He got a couple of kills, and then the push came from this top side, but they lose the fight in the back. Faze should be able to win this one now.
Looking strong to do it. The players do go down, and they're going to flood in through the gate. Kenny down by lights finds 2. Priesta trying to answer back, but they only need 7 more seconds. Will take it away.
Yeah, and look where TK is spawning. They're just spawning so far away. The reinforcements are there faster for Faze, so that's a good map 1 win for Faze. Well, let's go back and look at. Remember what we were talking about scoreboard-wise with the Faze stats. You have one player struggling a little bit in attach, you know, not a big deal. But the other 3, all 3 of them positive. The slaying is there in all aspects of the game. Hey, and that's what we expect from Faze.
Will take it away. They need to go, and they need to go now. They're going to be pinched upon. These kills are all important, and Faze are going to close it out.
All right, where is map 2?